Hello YouTube, Reddit Math here, and welcome back to the Red Estate. We've got Cove here and Alluvian, currently maxing and relaxing. Rose is busy locking in some positive traits and removing some negative ones. We are going to be heading out into the Cove this time. Basically, just taking our lowest level gang, minus Meredith. Sorry, Meredith. But we'll bring Coco along as a dedicated healer. And I'm doing something a little weird. I think I'm going to try to start Kane in the 3rd rank. He's got Holy Lance, which would allow him to move up 1. And I think most fights start with at least 1 character in the 3rd rank, so that you're able to use that. We'll see how it goes at the beginning, and, you know, if we need to recalibrate mid-dungeon run, we can do so. I've got a decent enough reward in the double-edged pendant for a Hellion. I'm pretty okay with that. So, yeah, let's see what we can do with 4,400 gold for provisions. Medium missions, so I say the food actually was kind of the thing that made us eventually turn back last time. Or at least we were completely out of food at the point that we ended up turning back. You know, in the Cove, I think shovels are pretty important. We have the barnacle-encrusted chests to worry about. Let's go with just 8 torches and then see what else we have. We could do like 4. At least 1 key. Only leaves us with another 200. We say medicinal herbs. Okay. It's not too bad. We're a little bit light on provisions, and of course we've left no room for error if things were to go horribly wrong, but hopefully things do not go horribly wrong. Also a little bit light on torches. I think we can get away with that. I feel like I've been bringing too many torches for a long time now, not really counting on recovering any torches from the dungeon itself, which you probably can count on, and if light levels dip a little bit, it's not the worst thing in the world.
These salt-soaked caverns are teeming with pelagic nightmares. They must be flushed out.
Alright, I'd say we do need to... Man, never fails.
Ambushed by foul invention.
We do need to check out this little side path right away. 11 rounds of that? Oh, man. Just to get it out of the way. Jeez.
Imaginations spring to life with a singular purpose.
Alright, so we're not going to be dodging anything for a while. Hopefully that all runs out by the end of this fight. Like, we're not going to go 11 rounds with these guys, but maybe by the end of this, we'll have gotten rid of like half of it, move on. It'll at least be gone by the time we make it back to the start. Nobody's super injured, so let's just chuck out a Divine Grace here on this guy in the back. Ooh. That combined with the Holy Lance should do it.
As the enemy crumbles.
Yeah, that went pretty well. Alright, guard. So, let's focus on the non-guarded fishman. See if we can't get rid of him right away. Now, one thing, I did equip the Ancestor's Bottle to Raging Potato here. So he's a big old potato at this point. The idea being that he was probably going to be using Retribution quite a bit, and that the added HP would kind of help him do that. Of course. This Pelagic Nightmare doesn't care at all about marked targets. There we go. Not bad, not bad. He's going to die from the bleed. Okay, so... why don't we just take the guard effect? Oh, man. Off of him, except it failed miserably. Okay, that is a little bit of a problem. Some HP back on you. Maybe even consider... maybe even consider using the bandage. I don't know, it's just 6. That's 1 heal away, which really isn't so bad. Alright. If we fail to stun once, Let's try it again. Alright, that basically takes away
a weapon that cuts on its own.
An entire enemy turn from these guys. Throw on a heal here. Alright, that basically offsets the bleed damage that he would be taking. And then, let's see if we can't get rid of this guy before he takes any more actions against us. I think we should be pretty okay here.
Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
Not too bad. And then, accuracy and crit up for everybody, or just get a little damage out here. Maybe, hope to be attacked. I'm not really sure if the Pelagic Guardian can actually hit the 3rd rank. We're about to find out, though. You bleed. I am aware. It's gonna be okay, though. No, that did away with the mark. No, I don't think he cares about mark. Or, rather, I don't think he can hit the 3rd rank. So, the mark is sort of pointless from back here. That's okay. Yep. Blood leeches, check. You have a little bit of your protection on, but I think we're gonna be a-okay. Octocestus. Good dodge. Thank you. Alright. So let's just go ahead and go with the accuracy and crit up. Maybe one of our other characters benefits from it and lands a critical strike. Of course, not that time. But with 1 HP left, I would say... Oh, that's actually a misclick. Really? Right there was... that. I swear that's where I clicked. You know what? Let's just get rid of you.
The onslaught. Destroy them all.
Consider them all destroyed. Alright. Now we've got... this is a fish idol. I kind of like the damage buff on the man-at-arms. Just because of the advantage that his retribution sees there. And we actually got a whole lot closer to 11 rounds of combat with these guys than I originally expected. For better or for worse. Alright, we'll just step out, check out the chest, and then pop back in. Alright, got a key for our troubles. I'm digging that. A couple of deeds never hurt anybody. And we'll head back towards our starting room. Took maybe a little bit more damage in that fight than I'm, like, super happy with. But all things considered, it went pretty well. Got to scout through to this next room. Now, it does mean... Oh, yeah, that's a thing. It does, of course, mean... with the damage buff, I am going to want to maybe put off camping for a little bit. Wow, that was actually quite lovely. And we even got our medicinal herb back. Can't beat that. So I'm maybe going to want to put off camping for just like a little bit longer than I might otherwise normally, as it means getting rid of kind of a free damage buff. Oh, man. We're going to have 2 fights right away in this hallway. Alright. 70, 60, 60. I'm sorry, Quinn. Oh, thank you. Never mind. Sorry, not sorry. Alright. Pelagic groupers. This is actually a pretty fearsome fight.
Injury. Palpable fear.
Mostly because of that. The Pelagic groupers are no joke, and their speed of 6 is basically giving them free reign to do whatever they want. Which I'm not digging. Okay, that'll kill him in a couple of turns. Let's just... You know what? Let's not kill him in a couple of turns. Let's kill him this next turn. I did 10. That's not too bad. I can do 4 to 8. Only gets 5. Alright, we need to get some heals up and running sooner rather than later. Judgment's kind of a heal.
Death by inches.
It did the job anyway. I love how they apparently just completely ignored Mark. I might want to double check. It's entirely possible that the groupers actually don't respond to Mark target at all. If that is the case, that's kind of disappointing. I think they actually attacked every single member of the party except for the guy who was marked. Crit for 10, not going to argue with that. Throw that out. Never mind.
Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
Even if they are ignoring the marked target, that was an easy excuse to just get a kill there. Ugh. Stack the bleed? No, don't stack the bleed. Okay. Coco, I really need you bringing your A game when it comes to healing right now. Alright, there's just one of these guys left. Let's see if we can stun him. Maybe spend a little bit of extra time healing everybody up. Accuracy, you know what? Let's do the dodge and speed buffs. We're probably going to come out of this fight with some of these buffs. Considering the proximity of the next room battle.
Slow death. Unforeseen. Unforgiving.
We should at least get it for like that very first round. Okay, not bad. He's down to 5. We can probably... You know what? Let's try this. We have already buffed our speed up quite considerably. Okay. To +6. Try it again. Nah, got the kill.
Falls, a faint hope blossoms.
Accidentally killing enemies isn't the worst thing in the world. 2 busts. I don't actually know that that's worth it. Let's just leave those behind. And then, still lasting 2 rounds. Let's lose a little bit of our food here. Just to feel safe walking into this fight. And we are going to have our speed buff. He still went before us because his speed is 10. Ugh. Okay. Well then. You know what, let's just keep it up. We can basically renew the buff so that it doesn't expire. And then we'll toss out some heals. Crit for 8 is pretty cool. We're going to have to worry about the thrall right away. Alright, so let's see if we can't just get him off the board.
Precision
wow.
And power.
A little bit of overkill. Not gonna lie. And a barrier. Okay. 13, 19. Well, let's just do the judgment. Because if it hits, it'll heal Coco anyway. Of course, if it doesn't hit, then it doesn't get the heal, which is a little bit disappointing. Let's just go right for him. Alright, that guy's off the board. Awesome. And then I'm just going to keep bolstering for now. I like the...
Gently. This is how a life is taken.
I like the added speed, and you never know. The dodge might mean one attack that would have otherwise connected misses. And that may very well be enough. Oh, do I do it again? I think I do. Okay. Got a little bit of a self-heal out of that. Maybe not worth it. I might want to consider switching to a more traditional healing pattern. I also love when this is the case. I would really like to throw some bleed on this guy. And... it's 35, that is 2 to 3. And him guarding allows me to basically use if it bleeds against the front rank. Oh, are you kidding me? With the sea breeze? That's not what I'm wanting. Wow, that's not what I'm wanting either. Tell you what. Get a little bit of damage on you. Down to 3 HP.
The ground quakes.
I swear. Every time I got a character with just like a couple of hit points left, or an enemy rather with a couple of hit points left, and I zealously accuse, seems like I crit the guy who's about dead for way more damage than I need to do. You know what? Why not? We yop here. Easily get the stun. And then... because I'm pretty sure you actually can't get a stalling penalty against this enemy. Or I know it's at least, like, more forgiving due to his high protection and the...
masterfully executed.
Nice. And the possibility, you know, of him having like 75% protection due to his skills and actually being that difficult to kill. It's really not in this particular instance, but I still think the stalling penalty doesn't apply for him. Yeah, we're not going to do 4 damage no matter what. So let's just up the accuracy to ensure that this hits.
A decisive pummeling.
And it does.
Success so clearly in view.
We've turned Kane into
or is it merely a trick of the light?
Turned Kane into a critting machine there. Unfortunately, I think I'm going to toss 100 gold. And then we're immediately going to make camp.
Huddled together. Furtive and vulnerable. Rats in a maze.
That's probably worth it. Dodge and crit up. Accuracy and dodge. Stress damage. Reduce stress. Sharpened spear. You know what? Let's go with the sharpened spear. Don't really need to worry about stress very much here. So let's say tactics, dodge and speed, and then it's down to really either wound care or reduce stress by 15, which will take him down to 0. I can see that as totally worthwhile. Got a couple of open inventory slots now, down to 10 food to make it through the rest of the dungeon.
This holds much worse than mere trickery.
We do get ambushed here, which I'm not in love with. Fortunately... fortunately, I think we can make this work. Okay, that's not wonderful. And the reason I think we can make this work is breakthrough plus we can Holy Lance here. Oh wow, that was the lowest of the possible rolls for damage there. Ow. Oh, come on. Oh my god. And 1 round of combat does that to her.
Well struck.
Kind of wish that breakthrough hadn't destroyed that corpse. But oh well. And then next round everybody gangs up on Quinn. Jeez. Alright. This is gonna seem really strange, I know. But he can do that. Perfectly executed. Indeed. Kind of wish you hadn't gone first. She needs to be in the back to get any of her heals off. This might incite a stalling penalty, but we'll wait and see. Nope, no stalling penalty.
In Radiance, may we find victory.
Okay. Coco, you're a little on edge, I must say. Gotta complete 100% of room battles. I could use food, but I'm kind of thinking that using food would potentially leave us at the mercy of a hunger event that I don't want to catch. You know what? Instead, we'll pop one of these. Let you heal yourself. Alright, we're up to 6. It's not really out of the woods. Wow. Really low damage rolls on those Holy Lances. We've got the other 2 stunned, though. There's probably a good chance that they go before us in the next round, considering their stupidly high speed. And everybody has enjoyed stressing out Quinn. Okay. Yep, lots of speed. Alright, let's throw down some bleed against you. Nice. 8, taking 2 per round. You know what? We'll just go with the party buff again. And then, that to guarantee a kill. Okay. 14-7. More stress. Not loving that even a little bit. Couldn't get the bleed. Also, that's not good.
As life ebbs, terrible vistas of emptiness reveal themselves.
Okay. Death's Door debuff is kind of awful, especially considering that it took her, like, perfectly down to 0 HP. Oh, come on. I would like to see, you know, several of the characters got their, oh my god, this one fight has added so much stress to you. Several characters received camping skills that are now capable of removing the Death's Door debuff. Haven't really gotten an opportunity to see that in action yet. No, and medicinal herbs won't take it off. Okay. Well, that's fine. We'll just hit this guy in the face as hard as we possibly can. That's pretty hard.
A trifling victory, but a victory nonetheless.
I'd say our big concern now is just the obscene amount of stress that Quinn managed to pick up in such a short amount of time is basically going to leave us with a freaked out Hellion in just a minute or two. Tell you what, let's focus on eliminating at least a couple of these guys. Oh, beautiful. That is stellar. Okay. And really, I still don't understand how a surprised character can dodge so easily. It doesn't make sense, I tell you. Okay. Good dodge. I don't really want to leave here with a ton of diseases. 3 to 6. Worth it. Does catch a debuff for her, but I think eliminating stupid shaman man back there is probably worth it. And then 1 to 3, 3 to 5, 1 to 2. You know what? Let's go with that.
A powerful blow.
And then 0 to 1. Okay. Let's try for the speed up. Maybe it ensures that we get to go first in the next combat round. Who knows? More good dodges. Awesome. Start getting some damage over time on you. That I'd be pretty okay with. Okay, down to 1. Okay. We'll just do the same thing again. I think we're gonna be okay here. Ugh. Like a really terrible... crit from the enemy would probably be enough to turn this battle into a disaster waiting to happen. But we're not there yet. I should probably be bandaging more often. 1, 2. Oh man, seriously? Okay. 3 HP. I can't wait for a Vestal that has like 0 damage. For a Vestal that has some leveled up healing skills, so that stuff actually becomes helpful. Early game, I think they swap eventually, but I really feel like early game, the... okay. The Occultist is my preferred healer, because, you know, you can spend a couple of turns sort of getting, like, middling results, you know, the 1s, the 2s, the 3s, but then you're extremely likely to get an occasional, you know, 10 or 12 or something that is enough to basically just completely heal one of your heroes.
This expedition at least promises success.
The Vestal doesn't really get that, and instead spends most of her time, you know, only ever tossing out those 2s and 3s, which is just not great. 425, let's toss the citrine for it. You know what? No, let's get rid of our anti-venom. But then later on, the Occultist... Oh, I see you. I'll tell you what then, let's double back a bit. Later on, the Vestal is able to pump out like a much more considerable healing on a regular basis. Suddenly, like, you know, tossing out 5... you know what? Actually, I'm looking then at our inventory. Do we want to maybe wait until we've cleared out, like, maybe until we're completely out of torches before we hit the secret room? I think that might make sense, right? Anyway, the Vestal is able to pump out like a much more reliable, kind of steady heal, and suddenly the Occultist is only, you know, he's broadening his 0 to, you know, gets up to like 18. But the times that it does 0 are now like super critical to you. Oh wow, already a full stack of onyx.
The light, the promise of safety.
I'd say the 500 gold here is worth a torch. And we kind of already know, like, we only have to make it to this room and then backtrack and then come back for the secret room. Not the worst thing in the world. Oh wow. Could be a little bit low light for that room battle. I think we'll be fine. Ugh. You know what? Do it again. I dare you. Yeah. Nice. I've never seen that happen before, but he went from doing his accusatory point to being hit and recoiling from it, and there is an outline of him that is actually quite interesting looking. Let's go with some healing here. 3 is not really the number that I'm looking for, but oh well. We'll go and kill this guy. Basically leave the tank alive. Aim for our softer opponents right out the gate. Oh good, barnacle barrier. Lovely. Well, At least they're leaving Quinn alone with the stress attacks.
A devastating blow.
And she should not be underestimated. Alright, we take a rend. Not the worst thing in the world. They are dumb enough to attack him, which I'm totally okay with. Go with that, as it allows us to basically bypass the guard. Okay, do a little more healing, and then... You, maybe? I guess? I really wish that the riposte had some kind of buff to using it. I know it used to be super silly and give you, like, all of the buffs, but I feel like something would be worthwhile. Whether it was increased damage while you were doing it, or... I don't know. It does feel a little underwhelming now. Obviously, I'm still using it, so I consider it okay for some purposes, but... I miss the good old days, man. I miss the parties of 4 man-at-arms just going out and wrecking everything. Well, maybe not those good old days, but I certainly miss a little bit stronger ability there. Now I sort of feel like the man-at-arms has... His signature move is meh as it kills an enemy. It's kind of meh, and it's not much of a signature move anymore when you're not really that incentivized to use it. You know, 4 bleed is probably worth removing. Let's see if we can throw a stun on you. We can. Awesome. And we'll just do a bolster. Not really that excited about the potential 1 or 2 damage that I would otherwise be doing. Am pretty excited about the possibility of bleeding there. Unfortunately, did not get it. Oh, that's not going to feel good. Nope, it did not feel good. Okay. Yeah, should go down this turn. Let's just do 1 damage to him to ensure that. That was totally my plan all along. We're going to do that again. And we do inflict the bleed. The bleed is not enough to get the kill. However, that is
singular strike.
Nice.
These nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.
200 gold, eh? Trade out our jade, as I'd say we're unlikely to make another stack out of it. Try the heirloom chest. Better than our shovels, knowing that we're not going to still be barnacle chests, but we're not going to run into any walls as we've already got a scout. Now, if there are 2 barnacle chests in this hallway, I'm going to be kind of disappointed, but so far so good. And the game is even super nice to us and gives us a torch to pop.
As the light gains purchase, spirits are lifted and purpose is made clear.
So we don't even have to go into a single fight in dim light. Oh, good. Pelagic troopers. Lovely. Alright. Spearfishing doesn't have a move ability. I thought it had a potential to move. Maybe that's another ability I'm thinking of. Or maybe it's only on the higher level guys. Okay, he is down to 6. Should be able to pretty easily kill the 3rd guy with an if it bleeds. Oh man, especially now. You know what? Let's do that instead. Get him down to half health. I feel pretty good about that. Slash. Not the worst thing in the world. Okay. 4 to 7, so let's just play it safe there. Yeah. Not surprised you resisted. Okay. These guys are gonna go down pretty easily, and then all we've really got to do is round up the final loot down here. And I don't feel too bad about going for it, as there's not a whole lot of danger. We're gonna have to backtrack. We might run into a room battle or something, but I think we'll be fine. Might actually have considered moving him forward to have tried for the Holy Lance. And in fact, let's just punch a corpse. If I get the opportunity... Nope, I do not. Well, let's punch more corpses. I was gonna say, if I got the opportunity to do that all over again, I probably was going to swap them around and try for the Holy Lance to the back. But I did not get another chance for that. Oh well. Great. Okay. That doesn't quite do it. But anybody going before him... Yep, like I said, anybody going before him will easily be able to finish this off. Ugh.
Be wary. Triumphant pride precipitates a dizzying fall.
I think we grab one portrait instead of a bandage, which is only something that I'm willing to do once I have cleared all of the fights. Now is 325 gold worth more than one portrait? That is an interesting question. I'd say it's worth more than a medicinal herb. So let's go with that. And then we'll just make our way back towards the secret room. Get Quinn healed up enough that if we were to accidentally run across a trap, it would not put her back on death's door. I can see that being very bad. Alright. All in all, certainly more challenging than the last adventure. Quinn ended up on death's door at one point, but just barely. And it's not like, you know, a lot of times once you you hit it once, the debuff that it came with kind of ensures that you're going to be hitting it a lot. We didn't really run into that, so that I can be pretty thrilled about. And our ancient artifact, untouched for centuries. Ooh, shiny. Okay. We will just eat a little bit, I guess, and then I should really sort things better. Okay, there we go. So we're looking at gold, 500 gold, or a portrait. Yeah, let's go with that as the most efficient use of everything. And then close out, and then head back. We are actually...
The pungent odor abates. The things are driven back for a time.
We are actually finding use for money right now. And heirlooms aren't, like, haven't been super critical important to us. I'd say we don't have enough money to be getting the upgrades and implementing them, so I'm probably going to prioritize money over heirlooms most of the times that I can. Resilience, not bad. The rest are just sort of meh. Also, Cain being afraid of Unholy is pretty hilarious, especially considering he came out of the Cove being afraid of Unholy. But what's up with that? Unwanted trinkets.
In time,
sure.
You will know the tragic extent of my failings.
But all in all, actually a pretty decent adventure. Olivian's still got a little bit of stress on him, but I think he'll be fine. Yeah. Quinn, you are probably going to need to de-stress a little bit, but everybody else should be fine. We're up to 23,000 gold, which is pretty awesome. That should give me enough to basically run everybody sort of through the ringer of maybe upgrading their weapon skill a little bit, or some of their skills in the guild hall, one or the other. And let's pop over to the stagecoach, actually, and sort by class. We've got plenty of Vestals. We've got a man-at-arms. Jack died, so I guess theoretically we could use a replacement for our Houndmaster. Tell you what, let's wait on that, and instead we could grab,
a sharper sword, a stronger shield, anything to prolong a soldier's life.
We could grab the stronger shield, as it were, in order to get characters with both armor and weapons up to rank 2. I also want to go ahead, let's throw that in for the reduced upgrade cost. And then, at the very least, whoever my party is for next week, I will be sure... Let's make sure... Stress recovery, reduce treatment costs. Yeah, let's reduce costs.
A man in a robe, claiming communion with the divine. Madness.
Always a good idea to check before actually doing it to make sure that you don't have like a cost reduction available. Yeah, like whoever the party is going to be for the next run, I'll probably end up running them all through getting upgrades just to ensure their survival, as it were. But otherwise, that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to subscribe for more videos on the channel every single day. Leave a like or a comment if you have anything to say about this or any of my other episodes, and I will catch you guys next time.